Hello, hello, my loyal minions. This is TheKillerNacho again. I have a very, very, very long battle here with MikeDecIsHere. He is from the TPX chat in YouTube. He actually posted the battle himself. This battle happened a little while ago. I haven't gotten around to posting it, so it's so long, and I've been kind of busy with school. So I kind of don't know what even goes on in this battle. I mean, I was kind of running to watch the when I was recording it, but yeah, I kind of fell asleep. Okay, so here is Dustbuster. Dustbuster. Everyone loves Dustbuster except for this guy because I make a stupid play. I go for a trick, and I created a monster again with Dustbuster because this is actually a. I was thinking it was like a setup Celebi or something, but it's actually not. It's like a max. It's like a modest max special attack Celebi. And against my rain team that I was using last battle, it's going to be a major pain. Because the only thing I really have to take a Giga Drain with any, like, anything at all, is Skarmory. So that's not really good that I gave it a choice scarf at all. Anyway, he goes out in a Heat Ran. Obviously, I have to switch. I go out into my Politoed, which is, like, really cute, and I just do that to set up the rain, because I kind of predicted the fire move, but it's one of those, like, setup Heat Ran, so he's able to set up the Stealth Rocks, and that's just bad. I'm just going to go for the Hypnosis on the switch, and it misses. And, a lot of people, make fun of me, or tell me not to use Hypnosis, and I'm starting to believe them. I mean, sleep mechanics are so broken in Gen 5, so I'm like, even if Hypnosis only has 60% accuracy, I still like 60% accuracy on, like, switches and stuff to put something to sleep. But I guess I might get rid of it. It's a problem that Politoed doesn't really have that many great options, so I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I just go for a Drill Peck, but he goes out into his own Skarmory, which is going to be a major pain for me. And his Skarmory is like one of those standard Skarmories, which ends up walling my Swords Dance Skarmory pretty nicely. I go out into my Charge because he set up like entry hazards, and I kind of want to get rid of them, and he ends up going Spikes with his Skarmory too, so now he has like lots of entry hazards, and I'm like, lol, no. I'm going to go out into my Charge and go Rapid Spin. Yeah. I kind of had an argument with somebody in the last battle, like, what kind of Pokemon Donphan is, because I was like, yeah, it's pretty slow. It doesn't really look that slow, because it's like this charging thing. It's kind of like a bull, elephant, I don't know, it's like a bull elephant, honestly. I don't really know how else to describe it, but I know in Pokemon Stadium 2 there was this game that you raced them, so I assume they were kind of fast, but they only have 50 base speed. Whatever. So I went for the Rapid Spin. That's good news for me. He ends up going out into his Starmie, going for a Hydro Pump. I go out into my Q to take it because obviously I can. He's going to go out into his Celebi now, so obviously I have to switch. I go out into my Seaking. Wait a minute. Wait, did that? No. I went into Celebi thinking he had Thunderbolt because that I wanted to set up with the Seaking because it's a Agility Seaking. However, he does not use Thunderbolt, and that makes me rather sad. So now I have to switch. I go out into Dustbuster. I don't even know why, really. I think I'm just going to go for a Sucker Punch here, expecting Dustbuster to die. I mean, I just kind of want to get damage, but he ends up going out into Skarmory, which is a good play for him. At this point, Dustbuster is kind of like messed up too much, so I decided just to go for a Focus Blast, hoping he'd go like Spikes or something. I could get some damage on the Skarmory, but he does not. He just goes for Brave Bird and kills Dustbuster. That should be like a crime against humanity. So now I go back into my Bravo Sama, which is named after the guy I took the Seaking set from. Will I be able to finally set it up? Who knows? I go for an Agility, so I do get it off. He goes out into Dragonite, which is not bad, actually, because I do have Ice Beam. He's going to go for a Dragon Dance, but my Agility, I should still be faster, so that's really nice for me. I go for Ice Beam, and even with the Multi-Scale he most likely has, that does a lot, so I know I can 2-hit KO. He ends up having Extreme Speed, so I'm like, okay, I can take one Extreme Speed okay, even if Seaking doesn't have good defenses, but he gets a crit, and that really sucks because I had an Agility up and I was in like a perfect, because my Seaking had like answers to his team, and losing Seaking there was major bad. I mean, that really set me back in this match, because I would have been able to at least take down the Dragonite. I mean, obviously, he's not that defensive, but I could take one Extreme Speed with like 30% of my health remaining, so it was a kind of a big thing. I go on to Donphan. I just go for the Ice Shard. He ends up, going Extreme Speed again, predicting it, so that's rather life, I suppose. And at least I take down the Dragonite, so a DD Dragonite's not going to bother me much anymore. So yeah, there's that. I did set up the Stealth Rocks again, so he goes out into Celebi, obviously, to make me switch, and the only Pokemon I have anymore that can take it, or I think the only Pokemon I have at all that can take it, is Skarmory. Something I should probably change about this team. I don't really have great type coverage. What can you do? Actually, I can do a lot. I can change the team. In fact, I probably will. But anyway, here's Heatran, and I don't really like Heatrans, but I decided to go for a Rock Slide because I predicted it, except it does nothing. And granted, I didn't have any Swords Dances up, but you know, I kind of expected more damage, so now I kind of figure that this Heatran is, like, physically bulky, and I'm like, crud. I go out into my Politoed again because I really can't afford to do anything else. I can't afford to stay in. I mean, even if I do stay in, what am I going to do? Rock Slide it again? Did nothing. And I just have to switch this turn anyway. He still have Stealth Rocks up, so there's really no point to doing anything else. So yeah, I'm in Politoed again. I guess I just try to predict the switch again. I forget what I do. I go for a Scald. I guess I was not predicting Celebi. I don't know why I wasn't predicting Celebi. I thought it may have been too obvious. But, you know, in the rain and getting a crit, Scald's still pretty good. Unfortunately, this Celebi, you know, has a Choice Scarf Giga Drain, so it's going to be getting its health back pretty nicely, considering it's modest and max attack. So, yeah, because I gave this thing a Scarf, it's now a major problem. Go figure. Anyway, so, yeah, I go back into Black Oman, obviously, which is my Swords Dance Skarmory, and obviously he's gonna go, well, he goes into his own Skarmory here, not Heatran like I thought. I end up going Roost because I kind of knew he'd switch, and I just wanted health back. But obviously I can't really do anything to a regular Skarmory, because I kind of figure he has Whirlwind or Roar. I think it's Whirlwind. But, yeah, he probably has a move like that. So I just go out of Politoed again, just to, like, get in there, and he does go Whirlwind, so there you go. So that was bad for me, because now I get, like, Stealth Rock damage on my team. He ends up actually Whirlwinding me into my Donphan, so that's not really bad at all, because now I can just, you know, go for the, what's it called, the Rapid Spin to get rid of the stupid rocks again. He ends up going out into his Battlestar, his Starmie, and that's not really a fun thing to be seeing. He actually ends up doesn't have Thunderbolt. Remember he said I predicted Thunderbird earlier? He actually doesn't have Thunderbolt, so that's good for him, I suppose, because maybe if he had Thunderbolt he would have used it, and I would have been able to go into my Starmie and get a special attack boost and then get an agility, although I think I probably still wouldn't have been able to kill the Dragonite with multi-scale, and he probably still would have gotten a crit with extreme speed. So anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. Anyway, so I kind of predict the Rapid Spin there, and it was a great prediction for me. I end up being able to kill that Starmie with Earthquake, so that was awesome. And he goes out into Deoxys, and because it wasn't a lead Deoxys, I know this thing is probably like one of those more offensive forms that just rely on its speed and huge type coverage, and I know that thing, like, I have like nothing for it in my team. I just go into Politoed. He probably has like Thunderbolt on it, but I don't know, maybe it's like Scarfed. Sorry, it wouldn't be Scarfed. It would be probably Specs, or, you know, if he's not Specs, I don't think he'll be able to kill Politoed, so I just kind of go for Ice Beam predicting Celebi, which is a pretty good play for me. He ends up going Recover, so that sucks, because that Celebi was, like, almost dead, and now it's not, so I guess that's life. He's gonna switch here, obviously. He doesn't want to give me, like, free Swords Dances or something. I also switch predicting the Heatran, but he goes into Skarmory. So that was not a great prediction for me, but I guess I can tolerate it. He's just going to go for Brave Bird to get some damage on my Donphan as I go for the Rapid Spin, I believe. No, I just go for Stealth Rock. That's right, because I don't have Stealth Rock, so I don't know. I'm not really paying attention when I'm narrating this. You know, sometimes, like, I won't have Stealth Rocks up, so I have to use Stealth Rocks, and sometimes, like, he has Entry Hazard, so I go Rapid Spin. It's just whatever. He gets a useless Brave, well, not a useless Brave Bird, but Donphan takes it pretty nicely, but it is, you know, racking up some damage because Donphan does not have reliable recovery. He's going Brave Bird on my Politoed, which is bad because Politoed takes a lot of damage. I have no idea what I was thinking going into it, really. I should have just went back into my Skarmory and forced him to, like, Whirlwind me away, but I don't know. At this point, I'm like, this battle is not going anywhere. Which it isn't. I go for a Scald, hoping, like, for not Celebi. But, yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I make another bad play. I thought he'd, like, predict the switch this time, maybe go Recover, so I stay in with my Politoed and just go for an Ice Beam, try to kill this stupid thing, or, you know, just do damage to it. But he goes for a Giga Drain, and that was horrible for me, and, yeah, now I let my Politoed die because it's too weak, and that's really bad. I could not afford to lose Politoed. I should have just played it safe, but I did not. And because Politoed is gone, now my last three Pokemon, I believe, are this guy, sorry, let me think. I have this guy, Dragon Ball, I have Skarmory, and I have Donphan, none of which can do anything to Skarmory. So that's really bad, because Skarmory walls my team right now, and at this point I know that this is going to take a long time, this battle. I mean, this is like only halfway through, I think. This was like I think this might have been one of the longest matches I've ever had, just because a lot of stall going on, and I really don't have an answer for his Skarmory, because my Sea King died to a crit, my Politoed died because I'm stupid, and, well, Dustbuster wouldn't have been able to do anything against Skarmory either, but you get the idea. To make matters worse, I really don't have an answer for Deoxys either, except maybe my Donphan's Ice Shard. Maybe I can get a sub off with, what's it called? Dragon Ball, which is Landorus. Or if I can get it in against Skarmory with Skarmory full health. So I do have, like, some weird answers to Deoxys speed. Because, of course, Skarmory has Sturdy, so he can't 1-hit KO me even if he does have Thunderbolt, which I suspect he does. Anyway, so I just go for a Swords Dance. I know he has Whirlwind, but I kind of figured he'd, like, you know, do that. So I just go for a Rock Slide. Now, I end up getting the flinch, but then I miss, so I don't even get to benefit that crit flinch. Obviously, Skarmory is, like, really defensive and stuff, so even with the Swords Dance, I'm not really doing anything at all to it, so yeah, this sucks. I'm never going to be able to take down this stupid Skarmory. I go back into Black Omen because, yeah, I really have nothing better to do with Donphan. If I stay in and take a Brave Bird, that would be pointless because my moves are like Earthquake, which I can only hit if he decides to go Roost. Ice Shard, which isn't going to do anything anyway. Either way, so, yeah, I really don't have anything to do. I just go for another Rock Slide, just get damage. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really I can do to this guy. I end up going back into Donphan because he Whirlwinded me. But he doesn't really have any entry hazards up, I think, so, yeah, there's that. I'm not really afraid of being Whirlwinded until he starts setting up spikes, which only really affects Donphan anyway, so it's rather whatever. He ends up going spikes now, so, yeah. I guess he just wants to get rid of my Donphan, which is a good play, really. I mean, I have really nothing to threaten this Skarmory at all. Even if I get a crit with Rock Slide, what's it going to do? Nothing. He ends up going Spikes again, so now he has 2 layers up. I go for a Rock Slide and miss, which is just annoying, since it wouldn't have done anything anyway. So, yeah, he ends up taking the 3rd layer of spikes, and I'm like, well, that sucks. I go for a Swords Dance, because I actually predicted that 3rd layer of spikes, so at least I have a Swords Dance up, so my next Rock Slide before I get Whirlwinded will do some damage, I hope. So yeah, I go for a Whirlwind. Sorry, no, I don't. He goes for a Whirlwind, I go for a Rock Slide. And, yeah, it does decent damage after Swords Dance. Not really, but yeah. So yeah. I take a boatload of spikes damage. And at this point, you know, even though Donphan's the only Pokemon on this team that takes spikes damage anymore, I can't really switch in again with those spikes being up, because spikes is doing 25% of my health on every switch in, so I kind of have to go Rapid Spin. Actually, I really didn't have much of a choice either way. I mean, going Rapid Spin's a pointless play because, yeah, now he's going to get a Brave Bird off and probably kill me anyway, because now Donphan really can't take a hit anyway. And if I didn't go Rapid Spin, decided to switch instead, that would have been pointless as well, because, yeah, Donphan wouldn't have been able to really switch in again anyway, because he would have been at that health after the next Stealth Rock hit, so that's major suck. Okay, so I go out into this guy for some reason. I was kind of hoping he'd, like, do something else so I could set up a sub or something, maybe switch, I don't know. At this point, you know, I'm screwed. Basically, I'm just getting to a point that he can't Whirlwind me. Because if he can't Whirlwind me, then, you know, at least that means I can do stuff. Anyway, he ends up switching this turn, which sucks, because I went Swords Dance, thinking that he'd, like, keep, you know, attacking me. But yeah, he does not. And he ends up going to Slebby, which is faster, and will kill me. Fun! I should have went sub that turn, because at least I would have been able to kill the Slebby, but I do not. But at least, you know, I'm down to my last Pokemon, Skarmory. He can't Whirlwind me anymore. And I figure, you know what? I can get 3 Swords Dances off on this Celebi because he doesn't want to... He knows he can't really afford to switch. His Skarmory at this point would just give me 3 Swords Dances. There's no reason to go into it at all, except for a giant stall battle. He knows that I probably have Sturdy, so he's not going to risk going out in Deoxys speed when I have full health. And... yeah, Heat Ran too. I mean, Heat Ran probably does have a fire move, but seeing it is bulky and there's rain up, I'm not really sure how much it'll do. And after 3 Swords Dances, you know, I kind of feel good that I can 2-hit KO, maybe, well, probably 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. But yeah, I just go for another Roost because I want to be at full health in case he goes out into Deoxys. And actually, I'm thinking, you know what? I can stall this Celebi out because his Giga Drains are doing a little more than I can heal each turn with leftovers. So if I actually kill this guy, that means that he'll be able to go out into Deoxys speed and just kill me with Thunderbolt. So I'm thinking, you know what? If I really want another KO, I'm going to stall Celebi, because I know Giga Drain, I think, is a 10 PP move. At most, he can have 16. He's used it a ton of times in this battle. So I know he's getting really, really close to that running out of PP and going struggle. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. He does run out of moves that turn and go struggle, so obviously he's going to die in just 2 more turns. I'm just going to keep going Swords Dance. I know I can't get any more attack, but, you know, might as well just waste Swords Dance PP. I mean, there's nothing else that I mean, Swords Dance PP is worthless at this point. I can't switch out anyway. So might as well, if I'm going to waste PP, I'll make it Swords Dance. And this turn I am going to Roost to ensure, because he's faster because of the Scarf, to ensure that I have full HP. Just in case maybe he forgets or something, goes out into Deoxys speed, so maybe I can get the KO on Deoxys speed, you know, because I'm at full health and he won't be able to one-hit KO with Thunderbolt thanks to my Sturdy. But, you know, he probably does know that I have Sturdy. He ends up going out into Heatran, but, like, fine, you know what, this is worth it. I'm going to get a KO on Heatran using a freaking Skarmory. This will be, like, the first time in history of Pokemon that Skarmory gets a KO on Heatran, except Burn. And I was pissed. I mean, yeah, you know, you mad? I was mad. I was mad here. I was so mad. I know I wasn't going to win this battle anyway, but damn it, I wanted a KO on that freaking Heatran with Skarmory, but thanks to that Burn, and the fact that this Heatran is physically bulky, it does not happen. I just go for another Rock Slide, maybe hoping for a crit or something, but I don't get it, so I'm like, no! Stupid Hacks Gods. I mean, I wasn't going to win anyway. Why? Why, Burn? I mean, obviously he would have went into Deoxys and went Thunderbolt anyway, because he does have it, he said. I forget what kind of Deoxys he ended up setting it was. I know it was like an offensive form. I don't know if it was Specs or something. Whatever. Anyway, that was a fun, long, good match. Yeah, my team really didn't match up that well. There's a lot of weaknesses on this team. I'm going to take a look and do some major changes to that team, maybe use against next battle, because, you know, 2 losses, that's unacceptable. 2 losses in a row, man. I'm probably going to remove Dustbuster. As much as I love Dustbuster, he doesn't really do anything for this team, and I think, like, this is the 2nd battle in a row, he just really screwed me over more than he's helped. So, yeah, I don't know. Besides that, I guess I should come up with a question of the day of some sort. Today's question of the day is, who is your favorite in-game trainer in any Pokemon game? That means he's, you know, a fake trainer, fictional. It can be a Elite Four member, a gym leader of any gen, just even a random Pokemon trainer that just happens to be on a route or something. Not that I would probably know if you answered that way. So yeah, obviously, let me think. I think my overall favorite trainer is Lance. Because Lance is just a badass, man. He's like champion, but before that he was like Elite Four leader, and then like I think it's in Heart Gold Soul Silver when you fight him the 2nd time, he's like an OU whore because he has Swords Dance, Garchomp, and Dragon Dance freaking Gyarados, so he's just like a badass, man. I like Lance. Yeah, leave a comment about your favorite Pokemon trainer in any game. Obviously fictional. Alright, peace out, Holmes. Bye. Oh yeah, one last thing. Check out MikeDecIsHere. As you saw, he's an awesome battler. He has nice commentary. Check out his version of this battle. It's really well done. Really awesome YouTuber. Definitely check him out and subscribe. And he's a pretty awesome person. So yeah, just do that. Alright, peace out, people. Bye.